Good morning. It's Monday. Just pulled up, found a park on the streets, so I'm about to head in. I'm just trying to figure out how am I going to carry all of the things I have. Like I have a cup of coffee that does not have a lid. Then I have my work bag. I have a grocery store bag that carries my lunch, like one of those disposable bags, and a bottle of water and my textbook. Like I need to be an octopus right now. So let's go see what today brings. One of the pros of working in the ICU is that you can go all day and literally only have one patient if your empty room does not get an admission. So I went in today, had one patient who was sedated, intubated, on the ventilator, and then I had an empty room. And they were like, oh, Kendra, we're going to be admitting, I think, embolization, status post embolization for a subdural hematoma. And then like 2 hours later, they were like, oh, that patient isn't coming, it's canceled. And I'm like, one patient still. And then after the charge nurse came to me later on and she was like, which patient would you prefer? You want to get the craniotomy or you want to get the patient who got into a car accident with multiple rib fractures? And I'm like, give me the rib fracture person, because I had my fair share of a cranie patient the other day and the neuro checks that I had to do was too much. So I'm like, I need a break today. 7:38, I just got to my car and now I'm headed home. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I told them, I said, listen, we're going to have to finish this tomorrow or something, or y'all just going to have to be on y'all own with some of the information, because I was yawning. I just couldn't any longer. But I'm about to go to bed now, guys. I'll catch up with you all tomorrow. I was supposed to get up this morning and wash my hair and rinse it because I bought a box of semi-permanent hair color because the gray hairs, I have so went well. I got myself a clinical site. The doctor was very welcoming, very nice, loves to educate. And the office was pretty big. I was actually fascinated with all of the technology that he has because he sees patients in person and also in telehealth. He had a medical student there with him, and I think there's another nurse practitioner student there, yeah. So I will start next week, and I anticipate that it will go well. Don't judge me, guys. I am not cooking tonight. I did not cook today. The girls will be eating Five Guys for dinner. Just got home from work, y'all, not too long ago. I have a funny story. I'm going to do this funny story for Nurse Talk. So I was taking care of this elderly lady. She was somewhere in her 80s. And I don't know if I told you all before, but geriatrics happens to be my favorite population. Like, I love my patients old, especially when they're like 85 and up or 80 and up, all the better. Got a report on her, and I was told that she is Russian speaking and that there is the interpreter phone in the room so I can use it. The nurse told me, though, I think she understands a little bit of English, but just not enough to communicate. So you would have to use the phone. I go in and introduce myself, and, you know, she's responding appropriately. I asked her name. I asked her if she knew where she is, and she was able to tell me all in English, right? So just to make sure that my patient's needs are being met, if the patient is non-English speaking, I always like to use the interpreter phone just to eliminate any confusion, so that way the patient knows that I am here. They can ask me any questions. It's an opportunity for them to clarify anything with me. So I used the interpreter phone, picked it up, dialed the number, handed her the other handset. I'm using the handset. We got a Russian interpreter on the phone, and the interpreter is talking to her, asking her questions in Russian and basically translating everything I'm saying. So the patient's staring back at me, and she is answering back the interpreter in English. So basically the interpreter, every time she would answer in English, he would have like an awkward silence, because I know he's probably thinking, girl, did you not check with your patient? Like, this lady is fluent in English. So it was funny. Like, I would ask the interpreter, tell me, how was your night last night? Did you have a good night last night? Did you sleep well? He would translate to her, and she looked at me and she goes, yeah, I sleep good. And I was like, girl, you don't even need this phone. So needless to say, I put the phone away, and her and I were able to communicate via English. And of course, I had her daughter's information just in case I needed any further clarification on anything. But the way she was looking at me when he was interpreting, she was like, okay, girl. Of course, I had to stop and get coffee. I don't live near Starbucks, so Dunkin' Donuts it is. I ran out of my instant mixed coffee at home. So anyway, hospitals are always forever trying to finesse their staff. So what I've done is I've located every single time clock to the nearest entrance, and that is where I center my parking around. So that way I don't have to like walk far to find a time clock. Just like that. Walk right into the entrance, and there's a time clock right there. I remember working with this guy one time, and he would, when I was on a travel assignment, and he would scour the entire building to find all the time clocks. So I learned from him. Thanks, Jeff. Have you guys been to work and just had a day from hell that you have to treat yourself because it was so bad? That's me right now. I'm home now. I ate that donut so fast. But anyway, tell me why my patients, especially the little old ladies, was loving the outfit today. One of them kept saying, oh my goodness, your pink outfit is so cute. I just love the pink tie. Your pink outfit is so cute. You guys are probably like, Kendra, is that the only robe and a tie that you have? I don't have a lot of clothes. I told you guys that earlier. I don't have a lot of stuff. So that's why I'm always doing laundry maybe, because I don't have a lot of stuff. But anyway, let me tell you how the charge nurse and I got into it today. And you know what? I hate getting into it with people and then I end up feeling bad, even though I'm not the one that was initially wrong. But I was in my patient's room, getting her up out of bed into the chair after I cleaned her up, right? It was in the morning time still. And as I got her settled, I was getting her settled in the chair. Overhead, I heard the rapid response page. So for those of you who don't know, rapid response is a rapid evaluation of a patient who's decompensating, a patient who needs urgent eval because they've had a change. Either the blood pressure's too high, too low, patient had a change in mental status, the blood sugar's too low, too high, something's going on that they felt in need that this patient needs to be urgently looked at, possibly to be upgraded to a higher level of care. So yeah, they floated me to med-surg today. So as I was getting my patient ready to go into the chair, they called a rapid. So I am like, okay, it's not my room, because they do announce the room number whenever they call it. I'm like, it's not my room, and I can't leave my lady here to go respond and see what's going on. So I'll just go once I get her settled and straightened out. So I finally got her settled, straightened out, put her in the chair, and I walked over there. By the time I walked over there, the rapid response team was already there. There was 2 resident physicians, a hospitalist. There were nurses in the room. The ICU charge nurse was there. Then you had some nursing students. So I'm like, okay, all hands are on deck. I'm not needed. I left and I walked back over to the hallway to where all of my patients were, and then some other patients who belonged to another nurse, and that nurse happened to be in the rapid. So I said, I'm just gonna stay in this hallway and keep an eye on our patients just in case, right? Because let me tell y'all, that hallway was like a mini nursing home today. So whatever. Anyway, all of that was said and done. The rapid was finished. The patient got upgraded to a higher level of care. And as I'm in the med room pulling meds, the charge nurse rolls up on me. So the charge nurse pulls up on me, and he's like, we had a rapid response and I didn't see you come. Like, where were you? And I was like, what do you mean you didn't see me come? I said, how could you have seen? You were in the room where the rapid was happening. I said, and why would I need to come? You had like 17 people respond, so why would I be there when I can be in the hallway watching the other patients? So he's like, well, on this unit, whenever a rapid response is called, everyone drops what they're doing and they run to see what's happening, to see if they can help. So I asked him, I said, so would you have liked for me to leave my high fall risk patient unattended as I was getting her out of bed to the chair? Should I have left her dangling on the bedside to run to the rapid to see what was going on? Like, I don't understand what you wanted me to do. I said I was in the midst of patient care. Once I got her settled, I came, I looked, there was a lot of y'all there. You didn't need me, so I went back to go watch the hallway and keep an eye on the other patients. So he was like, yeah, well, that's not how we do it down here. I said, what are you not understanding about the bigger picture? Like, what are you not understanding about patient safety and priority? If there's a rapid, first of all, the rooms on med-surg are super small. If there's a rapid response being called and people have already responded, it is counterproductive for extra nurses to come and just hang around when we could be doing other things like watching the other patients and listening out for call bells and keeping the other patients safe. Like, I don't understand exactly what you're not understanding about how things work when it comes down to patient safety and keeping the other patients safe. I said there was nothing I could have offered or done in that situation when you had everyone who was needed to be there was there. Like, what is it that you want from me? I don't understand where we're going with this conversation. Like, it was a back and forth for at least 3 minutes with him and I just going back and forth, because y'all know I was not backing down. When I'm right, I'm right. And I'm like, but after a while, I was just like, you know what, whatever. I just went silent, let him, continue to be like, oh, well, what I'm trying to say is, whatever, sir. But guys, why for the rest of the shift, this man did not even look my way or even talk to me? Like, why are we having this awkwardness at work? Are we not adults? I didn't understand what that whole situation was about. I'm still so confused and perplexed by his behavior and like his response to the entire situation. It's crazy. Guys, do you see how my scar is like coming along? I need to like really get some scar oil or some skin oil or bio oil or whatever it's called and try to like wrap this vlog up here, and because it's dragging on for too long. I'll see you guys in another video. Thank you all for watching.